It's time for The Magnificent. And I'm glad to welcome the next two of The Magnificent for a high-speed Q&A moderated by Mark Schuring and Rob Bijleveld. Over to you, Mark and Rob.
Here we go again, Rob.
Yep. I would say give me the slide, please, because what we're going to do is talk about
Here we go.
next thing, Bionic Framework, and can somebody push the next button for me, because I don't see the clicker, and we got a story here. Yep, from the ABN AMRO Clearing Bank, and we are trying to get this a little impact on the new offers and the dynamic platform organization. So may I please welcome Pieter van Tol, and he's the Chief Technology Officer of ABN AMRO Clearing Europe.
Good afternoon.
Hi, Peter.
Handshake.
Everything okay?
Box, handshake.
Thanks.
Yeah, everything is okay. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you for having me.
It was a long wait, right?
Extreme.
We're sitting here from 9 o'clock already, right? You don't believe that? No. So, what are the main reasons for the global IT infrastructure modernization?
I think when it was back in 2016, we had an IT infrastructure that was very much scattered and decentralized around the world. We even had a horrendous situation where we had 5 different end-user services solutions. So even basic calendar scheduling with my colleagues in the US was not possible. So it's fair to say that we had a big demand to do some modernization, and we also wanted to standardize and centralize globally.
And what has it entailed in the end?
So we currently, what we did, we started a transformation program together with partner Cognizant. We have centralized our 16 data center landscape into 4 data centers globally, 2 regional hubs in Singapore and in London. We have standardized, which is a key topic, and we also working with our business to start to think in a different way in consuming standardized services, similar to what you of course see in public cloud. And yeah, very thankfully, we now have one single global digital workplace, which was delivered just before COVID. And I can say that we were visionaries and that we designed this and we saw this coming, but we were actually very lucky that this was completed just before everyone was sent home. I constantly have to look left, right.
And we make it very hard?
Yeah.
It's like tennis.
Yeah.
All right, Peter, we highlighted not the cloud part or the infrastructure part, but the dynamic platform organization part, because that's super interesting. So you have a global workplace for collaboration and it attracts more talent. So now that you have that workplace, what are the 3 things in the employee value proposition from both sides that are being fulfilled?
Well, actually, we are, so what we delivered was very suitable for the period during COVID. But what we are currently working on is more related to your question. So we are engaging again with Cognizant to build the digital workplace of the future. Because I think in today's world where security and control is increasing dramatically, this also has a big impact on user friendliness and the ability for our developers, for instance, to excel and to deliver value. So we're already transitioning a little bit to the next phase, but that is what we're going to focus on for the future.
That's great. So, and we had a bit of a discussion already. So you have a single workplace, you can see what people do, but still they would like to have their freedom. And these are engineers. How do you balance the classical autonomy versus alignment and control?
Well, we try to do our best, but that is actually one of the most difficult things that we have to deal with. Because they're quite extreme, right? From a security perspective and a control perspective, you want to bolt it down and you don't want to do any changes, and the developers just want complete freedom. And especially in the financial industry, this is a very difficult balance. So what we try to do is actually bring both parties together, keep an eye on how technology is evolving, and unfortunately, There is no technology out there in the market that is providing the ability for developers to have full admin access and still be in control and secure. But we're doing our best. We want to make sure that we design a platform where we deliver a number of standard services for developers to choose from, but within a controlled environment.
Thank you. And if you take that in the context of your dilemmas today, so could you share where you are with your dilemmas today? So you have to make some decisions bold, right? Left or right. So, but where are you with your dilemmas for in the next phase, so to speak?
Well, from a dilemma perspective, we're now at a point where we need to make some tough decisions between simple things in collaboration, like are we going to go for Slack, are we going to go for Teams, which is creating a big polarizing setup within our company. And we're preparing, and we're trying to do that both on facts and functionality, but also on sentiment. If you look at the current days on war on talent, then we believe that the soft requirements of personal preference for people where to work with is also very relevant. And we're trying to build that into business cases for which we can then prepare decision making. But that's right. The toughest one so far.
So if you look to the talent management and you use the word sentiment, right?
Yeah.
So how, I try to grasp that, right? Tell me. In a certain way you need to make it stick again, right? So how do you qualify or quantify that sentiment? I love the phrase.
I don't know how to quantify it. What we usually say, if I don't get grabbed at the coffee corner with people complaining about things, then we're doing a good job. What we do now is that for every new solution in the digital workplace, we want to build experience centers. So we want to build a setup that is, let's say, 90% ready. Then we invite all the community end users, but especially development engineers, and we want to get their feedback while they have their hands on the keyboard, and see whether we can whether we can still incorporate their specific wishes within the context of security and control in the solution.
All right. Final question. You work with Cognizant.
Yeah.
I want to hear how have they helped you, and what is the future path forward together?
I think they have really helped us by providing us with the capability to deliver large programs globally. We were very distributed. We do not, as a company ourselves, have the capability to do so. They've provided services, but also very knowledgeable people that have been with us for a very long time. They understand our business. They listen to what we need, and they are also able to process that into proper solutions. And for that's been very valuable to us so far.
Pieter, thank you very much. Okay. Pieter van Tol.
Thank you.